Hello, my name's Richity, and welcome back to episode 11 of the Create Academy server. So, I've got like 3 days to record and edit this video before I need to leave for Christmas break. So, I'm going to try to make this episode as quick as possible. I did a little bit between the episodes. I just routed the chutes down to the first floor, and kind of laid out where the conveyor belts are going to go for the processes. But first things first, for this episode, I need to set up the minecart contraption that will harvest all of the gluplins. And I'll probably, while it's harvesting them, I'll probably just be taking the gluplins right out of the contraption to use them for making more gluplin seeds, rather than putting them into the actual process of the farm. Alright, and I believe that should be it, actually. So, I just have the mechanical harvesters set across the top there with the 3 item vaults. I probably don't even need that many. The portable storage interface to go right down into the factory area, and then it'll just go across the rails and harvest any glue buttons that it comes across. Forgot to glue it though. I guess that would help. Right, that should be that. Pretty much functional now. So, I guess I'll place a barrel at the bottom just to make sure that I catch all the glue balloons that drop from it. But I guess what's next is to set up all the processes. So, in order to do this, unfortunately, this is probably not in a great spot. I really should have placed it somewhere else, like seeing this now. I'll just need to work around it. Hopefully this amount of space will be enough. Probably not, looking at it. Need to find... I'll probably need to route these things on, like, multiple separate levels. So, once the, gluplin comes down, it's going to need to get blasted, and then once it gets blasted, the prismalite shards need to be split up into 2 separate outputs. So one output for the prismalite shards will go up to the deployer, and then the other one needs to stay down. And I think in order to have these things loop, I'll probably use an item vault like I did with the steam engine down there. And then the blaze farm is a little bit tricky, as what I need to do... actually, I have figured out a way I could work around the limit of this. I can just make the ash go through this one, and then it'll just... because I'm just going to throw it away right away anyway. And then the experience I can have go up, get turned into ender pearls up here somewhere, then it'll go right back down to combine with the blaze powder, which will hopefully get crushed, I guess, right here. And then they'll both go in a basin to get mixed into ender eyes, and then they'll all come together here to turn into the prismatic goo, and then right here is where I'll have the vibrating table. So let's get this thing started, I guess, with all the conveyor belts. This conveyor is pretty much just going to want to go, like, all the way to the end, as it's going to... There's going to be the process, so it's going to have, like, a brass tunnel here that'll make sure that it won't go through until it is a prismatic shard, and then it'll split off right here. In fact, I'll have 2 tunnels right here. That way, when it's a prismatic shard, it'll get split. One will go up, probably... I don't know if I can use... I don't know if this will be a big enough area to use belts, but let's see. If I would need to have the deployer right here, which means I would need like a hopper here or a chute there. And, well, I guess there's no reason I couldn't push this back a little bit. So then I could just put a hopper right under here, and it'll go into the deployer. Nuggets of experience are also going to be going upwards, probably just right here. Right, and then up there, it's just going to go into a basin. I'll just manually input the moss. Right, let's start crafting some of those basins. So let's see. I need, so I think 3 basins at least. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So once the ender pearls are done, they'll just go into a chute or something, I guess. Probably have a smart chute that's only taking out the ender pearls, and then a hopper that I'll put them into the basin. And then I'll put an andesite funnel here that'll be extracting the blaze powder. And then I think I can actually place the item vaults. Okay, so I'll probably want a brass funnel here. That's whenever it sees an unprocessed prismite sheet, it'll take the prismite sheet and loop it back through. Then whenever there's a full prismite sheet, it'll just keep going through and right into the basin. So there'll be three brass funnels here, and then 2 brass funnels here. So I guess I'll just blast the glue balloons right here, and set these both to, okay, let me go grab all those brass items I need. This should be the prism farm mostly done. It's very compact and very hard to see what's going on, but I guess I'll just walk you through it. So you get both the items coming down from here. The glue balloons go in this barrel. Well, they won't once I start the farm, but I'll just destroy that barrel. So they'll go onto the conveyor belt. They'll be blasted. Oh, I did forget to add the fan. Now, once I get this farm started, the glue balloons will be blasted. They'll be split, or the prismite shards will be split across these 2 conveyors. One conveyor will go into the deployer, the other will be turned into prismite sheets, which will then be put into this basin, where it'll be mixed with the ender eyes, where the blaze rods will go on this conveyor, the ash will get destroyed, the nuggets of experience will go up here, blaze powder gets crushed, the nuggets of experience gets mixed into ender pearls, and the ender pearls will then get mixed with the blaze powder to turn into ender eyes, which will then be put into the basin with the prismite sheets to be vibrated into the prisms. So all I need to do right now is I just need to start up the blaze farm, grab some of the warped moss, and then it should be running. So I got the farm pretty much completely working, except I completely forgot that this basin needed to be heated by a blaze burner. I'll probably just use the lava I have in the boiler room in order to keep it heated. So now this farm should, in theory, finally be working. So it looks like out of the things it can create, it will only create 1 at a time. So one of them gave me a negative experience, another ended up giving me a prismatic shard, but I guess it's actually fairly rare to get a prism. I might just store the nuggets of experience I get, as it might be nice to have a supply of them. But for the prisms, I need to route them back into this area. So I just need to figure out a way to do that easily. I guess something I could do is just a weighted ejector. Okay, now, whenever there's a prismite shard, it should go right into this weighted ejector and go right back through the system. Alright, so it's kind of a complete mess now, but I think it should work. So once the prismatic goo is vibrated, it should be able to exit through this funnel. Once I get a prismite shard, I will set this filter so that all the prismite shards will be taken away, and then everything else will just be put in the barrel. And then it should pretty much be fully automated. I'll just need to increase efficiency. It looks like it's really just auto waiting unless I want to go to the end to get more prismite shards to test. Alright, so somehow I ended up losing the rest of the footage for this episode, and I didn't realize it until editing, so I've actually done a little bit of work since that last clip. Not in terms of the farm, but I decided to decorate it, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but I think it looks fine enough. I kind of went for this round bubble-ish design for the windows. I'm thinking it kind of looks like a corner store. I don't know. I got a little bit started on the inside, didn't really do much. The farm is pretty much the same as it was. And I did go to the end to grab some prismalite shards to test the farm, and it does indeed work. I've gotten 2 prisms since then, but I still pretty low in gloopulins, so it's gonna take a bit. And all these windows do actually look into it. I wasn't planning on having anything look into the farm, but I decided to put the windows there because I thought it'd be strange to just have like these designs with no windows in it. I think it probably would have looked about the same with or without the windows, but I think it's cool to be able to see like inside the blaze farm. And these windows here are 2 blocks thick so that the blazes don't get like stuck on them. But I do think that's really it for this episode. I know it's really short, like I think where I am in editing it's like 8 or 9 minutes. But I mean, it was really meant to be short from the beginning, just a mini episode to finish up the prism farm, and just to give you guys one last video before Christmas. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll catch you next year. Bye!